Hello everyone and welcome to the GMS Magazine channel. I am Paco Garcia, your host, and today I have with me a City of Flesh. This is one of the two fanzines zines that I backed in the latest Kickstarter fanzine quest campaign that they did a few months ago, and I backed this because, well, it's written by a dear friend of mine, so I just had to do it. But has it actually been worth the amount of money that I had to pay to get my hands on it? I'm about to tell you. Welcome to the GMS Magazine unbooking videos. As I was saying, this is one of the two zines that I backed this campaign because, you know, this is done by a friend of mine and I had to do it because I love her very much and because I think it was going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, just in case you are a newcomer to RPGs and you're not entirely sure what these zines are all about, people my age, okay, yes, some people younger too. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is that a while ago we used to create, you know, we lived in small towns with no magazines, not a lot of games. I'm talking, you know, I used to live in South Spain and I'm talking about 30 years ago. So we used to create our own material. We used to do our own little magazines and our own little games that we would then photocopy and give to our friends. And we have absolutely zero aspirations for them to be published or seen by anybody else that are surrounding. It used to be something like this. This is the third issue of a little magazine that I used to collaborate with. And as you can see, the whole thing used to be really homemade. I used to do the layout in my Amiga computer for this kind of stuff. Some other people would do it in their 386XX computers. We had local advertising, you know, really badly made maps that were so naive. But we used to have an absolutely fantastic time doing it. It was wonderful because it gave complete free rein to our imagination and it allowed us to give a way out to our creativity. So zines are a wonderful thing to do, and I would encourage anyone and everyone to just do it, just because it's such a great, fun, interesting process to go through. So this is what we used to have. Things have moved on quite a lot. Layout is easier and everything is easier. So I'm not going to go any further into this because I could be talking about this for ages and ages, and that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for City of Flesh. Now, I backed this because my friend, and I'm going to read her surname, sorry Elizabeth, but I really don't know how to pronounce it properly. Elizabeth Chaipadlitkul and Steffi Devang, they both written City of Flesh, and it sounded really fantastic, and I'm going to use this word very carefully, edgy, but in the best possible way. You know, this thing doesn't hold any punches whatsoever. Now, I'm not going to do a full review because I haven't, pardon me, I haven't read the full thing yet. So what I'm going to show you if buying this would be worth from the point of view of the production. This is a soft cover with obviously a color cover and back and soft cover, perfect bound kind of thing. It's quite a simple thing. So far, very zine, I like it. There's no author in the front cover, and I always think that's a very good idea to have it. It's a wonderful thing to do to honor the authors. So I know that you did it, Elizabeth and Steffi, but I wish your names were here. And this I like so much because in less than a tweet, I already know what this game is about. This is the right place, yes. I know what this game is all about. It's a tarot-based femcore role-playing zine set in the rotten womb of a dying colossus. slow. Okay. See what I meant with edgy? This takes some talent to do well. So I'm looking forward to finish reading this. I'm not going to tell you much about it. So as soon as we get an encounter generator for foes, goals, strange workings, and things to protect, which is very good. We immediately see an awful lot of graphics. It's quite heavy in the graphic side, which is quite retro-y in some ways from the layout point of view. You know, nowadays we go for very clean, very simple, lots of space for the words and the paragraphs to breathe in, and this is a lot more oppressive. So that's quite okay. A good, very nice page of credits. And then we go for the lore. Nothing is going to be very big because this is just a 52 pages book, so nothing is going to be huge. But we get a few pages of lore, which is good. Some ancestries, which I would recommend. They are so goddamn cool. You have to feel the thing that the Sarp, which are serpent people, not just give birth to their own people, but they also give birth to all the serpents in the world, all the snakes in the world. That's just fantastic. Imagine going to give birth and not knowing if out of your eggs are going to come out snakes or if they're going to come out your own Sarp people. That's just wonderful. Every character is going to join a guild, and we have 5 of them. And the character creation, it's next to nothing. It goes from page 28 to page 34. It's very little. And then we go into the mechanics from page 36 to page 45. Again, 9 pages is not a lot. What the meaning of the cards are, and then the character sheets and the doom. So not a lot. Layout wise, as I was saying, is a lot more elaborate, is a lot more tight than it's usual for nowadays books. But that is kind of the idea, and in these kind of books I don't mind seeing it for 2 reasons. Firstly, because it's meant to be a retro kind of zine format, and secondly, because they're trying to give more atmosphere and give a better sensation and sense of what the world is all about without having to use words. How you do you do that with images, which are quite disturbing at times, but it gives a very good visual notion of the kind of world we're going to go inside. So do I like it? So far I haven't seen anything in this book that I disliked. Here, for instance, yes, because the contrast is not enough for me to be able to read easily, and people with low light visual impairments are going to have great difficulty reading that. So I would suggest this, making it a bit lighter in the PDF for people with visual impairments. The font is easy enough to read. They haven't justified, which is neither good nor bad. This is a bit more retro. That's how we used to do this more often than not. So that's absolutely cool. And this is the kind of thing that I was mentioning why it's a little bit more oppressive. This is not something that you would see so big in such a small book. In an A4 or letter size book, it would be alright, but here it doesn't. It feels a bit oppressive. But again, that's the idea, so it's not a mistake, I don't think. And as you can tell, the layout is quite diverse. There are pages in 2 columns, in 1 column. Again, something that in a bigger book I would resent, but here that is how it's meant to be. So from the zine point of view, the character sheet, by the way, is that, which is very cool. Me like it. I like it quite a lot. So I'm very much looking forward to finishing reading this. But from the production point of view, I think both Elizabeth and Stephanie have done an absolutely fantastic work, and especially considering that they've done it so quickly. I got this not 3 months after the Kickstarter was done, and we got this before the PDF was made available to the public, which is exactly what I would expect a Kickstarter to do. So this is very good, and you should take a look at it, because it's what a zine should be. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm saying partly this because Elizabeth is my friend, so you shouldn't take my word completely, for this. But I've shown you the pages, you made up your mind. But this, yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing this. This is actually inspiring me to get some friends and do some nasty things around the table. Well done. Thank you very much indeed for being there. Please do leave me your comments on there. That's really, truly appreciated. But until the next time, I will talk to you very soon. Take care.